Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. I wanted to come live. Been sick as a dog for the last 6 days, 5 or 6 days, but I wanted to come live to you guys. It's the time of year where you give thanks to everybody who is a part of your life. And, it's not just about Thanksgiving and random days. We do it every day. We give thanks to everybody. So I am recovering from having a vicious upper respiratory bug. So thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for sticking through some of the tough patches that we have on Crime Time with DutyRon and Ed Wallace. Ed, Merry Christmas. How are you, buddy?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all.
Yeah. So I went to the P.O. box and the guy handed me 2 of those USPS crates. Mm-hmm. It's like, you're going to need to make 2 trips to your car with this. So just take them and then bring them back. So I came back with a whole bunch of cards and all different stuff. I hear, look at all of our cards hanging here. Ed, Ron, Ed, Chat, Oscar, Popeye, and Kara. And then we just heard Kara in real life playing window tough guy girl.
Yeah, window tough guy.
How you doing, Ed? What's going on with you? What did you do Christmas Eve, the 7 fishes? Let's hear about it.
Yes, we have a lot of leftover fish. Anybody want any? I'll send it your way. Tons of fish. And the family came over and it was a good time. It was had by all.
How many of you have big families that come over? We used to have 25, 30 people who would come over when I first met my wife, going back, 40 some odd years ago. And it's slowly either shrunk or kind of, people get married, have kids, your cousins, and some families shrink and some families it seems like Ed every year has a whole house full of people. And then we had people sick, like because I was getting over this cold, Ed, some of our guests, some of our family members, they were afraid to come to get sick. So, it kind of sucks when you get sick at this time of year. Timing is everything.
Yeah. So when I was growing up as a kid, my father is not from New York. He's from Cincinnati. But after the Korean War, he got stationed here at Fort Wadsworth when it was an active military base, and they were in control of the air defense for New York. That said, he married my mother, which is the Italian side of the family, and my mother's family came to Staten Island in the early 1900s, like 1916, 1915, thereabouts. And then settled in Staten Island when the only way to get to Staten Island was by a ferry. There were no bridges. And so her family, very large Italian Catholic family. Her family lived within 3 blocks of each other. So I couldn't walk home from school without passing all my aunts and uncles on my mother's side of the family.
Wow.
And so everybody was in walking distance. So, and since we had my mother's mother living with us in our household, all the family functions were at our household. So right. We had the entire family. My mother's maiden name is Piscopo, so we had the entire Piscopo, and my grandmother's maiden name was Lepardo. Any
relation to Joe Piscopo?
No, but if you go far enough back to Italy, there might be some. I don't know, yeah. But so we would have all the festivities at our house, and the house was packed. Although we did have one of my mother's sisters who lived in New Jersey, but not too far, Elizabeth, in that Elizabeth area, and they would come over, and everybody had large families. None of this 2-family households. Everybody had 5, 6, 7 kids. So I had all these cousins. The house was packed. We had the upstairs, and then we had the basement, and the kids had the kids table, and it's like it was great though. I got to tell you, it was
how
great.
Things evolve and change as the years go on, right? Like sometimes you have more or less, and it seems like with us, it's getting less and less as the years go on, which is sad because I got to wait for my kids to have some kids. Thunder Horse 2003 put up on the screen, and I'll let you take that. What's the 7 fishes, Mr. Wallace?
Well, it's an Italian American tradition where on Christmas Eve, right, you cook at least seven different fish dishes, and you're celebrating the pending birth of Christ with the fishes. And so, yeah, we had I did flounder oregano. We had fried shrimp, panko fried shrimp. We had spaghetti and white clam sauce. We had mussels marinara. We had galamar and fried galamar, and we had the cold seafood salad. And I'm missing a dish. Oh, crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
It was a never-ending feast of the seven fishes. My mother-in-law, Janine's mom, was unbelievable. I mean, the preparation. Like when I talked to you yesterday, you were like, "Ron, I'm going crazy to prepare for the seven fishes." It was a all hands on deck effort. My sister-in-law would bring stuff, we would bring stuff, but the bulk of it was handled by my mother-in-law. God rest her soul. She was in that kitchen whipping up food, dishes after dishes, and it wasn't even just the seven fishes. It was the lasagna, it was the baked ziti, the meatballs. It continued after the fishes, and we were there till sometimes past midnight.
Oh yeah,
Fond memories of that.
A lot of wine, and then the anisette,
Yes.
or the Zambuca, and the espressos and cappuccinos, and then all the desserts. Oh, because all the desserts came out afterwards. We had the cannolis, we had all the Italian pastries you can think of.
And there was always a good argument that was had, like in the little spaces. Once the drinks started flowing, you would have these good arguments, and they weren't what we know arguments to be today. It was, just good, wholesome stuff, and nobody really. Sometimes there was a little bit of rowdiness that went on with those arguments, but it wasn't the way it is today. So fond memories.
Yes, the almond paste cookies. Yes, all of the cookies, delicious cookies.
Yeah.
And somebody would bring the homemade guapa, which is like Italian moonshine. I believe it was the heavy sediment at the bottom of the wine.
And it was in those green glass bottles, is the way I remember it, right? And it had the little teeny handle on it, and you pour it out. Amber brings up a good point. Rest in peace to all those who've passed on, but we remember. Yeah.
Amen.
My mom and dad are gone, and it makes it sad for the holidays, but you have to hold them in that light and think about them. Like at the table last night when we were eating, I said a prayer quick with everybody. I tried to make it simple, but remembering everybody who has passed on, that we know we'll see again together one day. So yeah, it's
right. If they're not gone, we'll just catch up with them later on the other side.
Correct.
And I have a sister, older sister that was born on Christmas. So I kind of feel bad for her because I think sometimes she gets a little shortchanged, between the Christmas, being born on Christmas and Christmas festivities and so forth.
Yeah, I saw quite a few people on social media tabs on some of our friends, and there's quite a few that celebrate birthdays on Christmas. Not many, but it was a decent number. Again, thanks to the entire community. The members are the heartbeat of what goes on here, but our public subscribers are really what makes this a great place, because the combination of everybody together is what keeps the wheel moving. It keeps a well-oiled machine running, and I think that this community is second to none when it comes to respect on YouTube and following in with our victims and families come first. And that's what we've lived and breathed during the course of our professional careers, Ed. And that doesn't change once you retire, right?
Yeah, you only have one family, and come hell or high water, the only people that are really going to be there for you are your family.
Exactly. And I feel like this YouTube family that we've created here, the community, is like our second family, because the amount of stuff that was at that PO box, and the amount of messages that I've gotten, not just for me, but for you and for your wife and for your family's health concerns and so forth, is just overwhelming. And a lot of times people take stuff like that for granted, and I never do. I'm always humbled and thankful for people who just simply send a, hey, how are you doing, Ron? Some of them I can't get back to like right away. I answer people. I answered a woman 2 days ago. She sent a message to me 5 months ago. And as soon as I answered her on YouTube, she immediately got the notice that I answered the comment. And she sent me back a thing. She's like, you know what, Ron? It doesn't matter if you answered me 5 months later. It was just the point that you answered me. And so it was just so nice to have a quick back and forth with a comment that was over 5 months old. It's just, it shows for us, the dedication, not just from us, but from our community. So it's great. It's great to have everybody here. We're going to get a ton of snow tomorrow. Ed, what's your predictions?
Oh, I hope not, because it's going to be starting in the evening into Saturday morning. So they're saying 4 to 8 inches, and I hope not at all. I hope this is one of those times they're off.
Yeah.
But I don't want to sound all Scrooge, bah humbug, but I just can't take the snow anymore.
This is pretty to look at, what we're seeing here on the screen. Mm-hmm. But when it comes to your doorstep and you got to move it and shovel it.
And tomorrow morning, I'm running to the hospital for a scan, and I was like worried that thank God it's so early in the morning that hopefully that none of this will affect me, because I was worried that they canceled the scan, and I can't have that because then on New Year's Eve I have another scan that I have to take early in the morning. So I can't, if I don't get this first one done, then I can't get the second one done, because that's the way that works. So I was hoping, thank God the snow was coming in the evening, and it shouldn't affect my ability to get that scan.
Right. And we're all praying for positive results, obviously, with that. But with the monster truck that you have, Ed, and I'm not going to give away your vehicle, you shouldn't be concerned about 1.5 feet of snow.
No.
Because, folks, I'm going to just give you a visual without giving away the actual make and model. But I need a ladder to get up into Ed Wallace's truck. Like, I don't know what this guy's talking about, but I love him. But yeah, we're wishing for positive results for you. You're heading out of the country. Do you want to talk a little bit about that, Ed, for January?
Yeah. I'm going out to the Philippines to an assignment, and I'll be there almost the whole month of January.
Wow. Okay. So he's going to be out the whole month, Ed Wallace.
I'll be back the 24th.
Will you be bringing a makeshift YouTube studio, the modified studio, out with you?
I will.
All right, good.
I always say this one thing on Christmas, and so after you show this, I'm going to say what I normally say. Remember what I say, Ron?
Is that a test for me?
Yeah, you know what I say, right? I always talk about the real reason for Christmas, right? And I say, okay. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone round about them, and they were sore afraid. And the angel said unto them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. And this shall be the sign unto you. Ye shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of heavenly hosts, praising God and singing and saying, Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace, goodwill towards men.
Thank you so much, Ed, for sharing that. So let's hear about what you guys do on Christmas Day across the globe. And I know that there's many people who watch the replays. So if you're watching on the rewind, let us know in the comments down below where you're watching from and what you do as a tradition on Christmas Day. I have Frankie, who surprised me and flew in from Miami. He wasn't supposed to be here, and he showed up yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning, and he surprised me. So I was so happy to have my son here, because it would have been the first time in 30 years, almost 29 years, that I didn't spend it with my complete family unit. My son, my oldest, was here. Obviously, he lives here with me, and Frankie was not going to be here, and he surprised his old man. So I was so happy to have Frankie here with me.
That's awesome.
Really brought tears to my eyes. I actually got teared up, and my son after that looked at me and said, "Dad, are you getting soft?" I said, "No, I'm just getting emotional. I love that you're here. I love that you did that." So my wife was in on it, obviously, and my son, he knew, and they kept it a secret from me the whole time. So
well, that's a great gift.
Yeah, it was the best. I said to him, it was one of the best gifts that I received in a long time. So it was just so emotional to have Frankie here.
So yes, last night, midnight mass at St. Patrick's was the last one for Cardinal Egan.
Yeah. We lower this down. Okay. I got to say, even though this is repeating over and over again, the background scenery, I can't get enough of that coffee shop. If I could find that place, I would love to pull up in your monster truck, Ed, and get a cup of Joe, and then head on out back to your ski chalet.
I used to be an avid skier. I haven't skied in decades.
Here on the slope. Yeah, you do this. Yeah, I wouldn't chance it now. I wouldn't even think about it. I never ever tried skiing, which I'm sad that I never tried that. Because now I know I can't do it.
I tell you what, when I used to go skiing with my wife, I used to laugh my ass off, because my wife was like a little kamikaze on skis. I mean, she never fell. I'm sure but I do know she made a lot of people fall. She would just get to the top of that mountain, put her goggles down, get in a tuck position, and just go. And I was like, I said, "Look at this little kamikaze go, man!" And I saw people falling all to the left and right of her, but nope, not her. She just get right down to the bottom of the hill. And I was like, "Oh my God!"
Trip. I want to close by saying to everybody, although we haven't been present the way we usually are on YouTube, and what we have coming up in 2026 is a lot of optimism. We're hopeful that we can get back to the regular DutyRon and Ed that you know and love and appreciate. It's coming. Trust me. We got to be patient with it, because until we get everything figured out, my back is still killing me. I got that shot, so it's helping a lot. But, like the snow, my wife is threatening me if I go outside and try to shovel snow that I'll be in big, deep shit.
You and me both.
So I got to stay away from the things that I'm normally loving to do. And that's, physical stuff, activities outside, YouTube included. When you're not feeling good, it's so hard to get in a creative groove. And this is where I want to thank Kristen for helping us out with taking some of our content and asking us and pushing us to give the audio translations of these body cam footages that we're uploading, and some of the more popular cases that are happening in the media. It's not the same of what you know from Ed and I as a live event, but we're doing the best that we can with what we got. And I hope that you guys understand is that we're only doing what we can without pushing the limits. We're putting our health first and us getting better. First, on behalf of CrimeTime with DutyRon and Ed Wallace, we thank you for being here. We wish you a merry, a happy, a safe, and healthy new year, prosperous, and all of the above. And remember, you're not alone with us. You can reach us on DutyRon.com, send me a message on any of the social medias. I answer everybody as quickly as I can. So thank you for being here. Ed, I'll give you the final.
All right. Feliz Navidad, Bono Natal, Maligayang Pasko, for those of you who know what all of that means. And Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night.
Peace and love from CrimeTime with DutyRon and Ed.